Hey guys, so I'm Millie. I'm from the customer service team here at Adore, and I'm here to talk about my best friends down here and how they saved my hair. I'm an ex-hairdresser. We got a new toner range and I was like, ooh, she's gonna be violet, she's gonna be platinum, she's gonna be gorgeous, this is gonna be hot. So we used this toner. My hair went from bleach platinum blonde to ash mud green brown, which of course, as soon as I looked at myself in the mirror, I broke out into tears and was like, what has happened? I'm a monster. After we removed that toner, unfortunately my hair went chicken yellow. I'm gonna find a photo and I'm gonna send it to Maddie and it's gonna be here somewhere and all of you will get to see my misfortune. And then after that, I pretty much suffered some severe breakage, which is every blonde's worst nightmare. My hair was pretty short anyway, but I was pretty much sitting at chin length. She was not cute, she was not a vibe. Actually, you know what? That's a lie. I rocked it. Who am I kidding? But let's get into how this saved my life, how these worked, and let's do it. Okay, so with the damage that I did experience, what we actually had to use to remove color was a semi kind of form of a bleach. My hair was breaking so much that the bonds couldn't even get back together. The bonds weren't sitting like here, they weren't fist bumping like a friend on a Saturday night, they were really out here. My hair was at my shoulders and my hair snapped to about my chin length. As it happened, once I was shampooing my hair, when I was washing my hair, when I was styling it, it was just coming out in chunks. There's no like miracle fix. I really wish there was like a miracle fix for hair breakage. But once it's broken, that's it. So you really got to get it when it's at that like damaged stage, or even when it's just about to hit that severely broken stage, it can kind of get back. And that is why we use Kerastase. Or Kerastasis, or Kerastase. It's pretty simple. With Kerastase, especially the resistance range, what they've done, which is completely different, is they have kind of levels of damage. So what's really, really, really great is that if you've just started to lighten your hair, you can kind of go for one step, and then once you kind of move on and you're going lighter and lighter, you can move up. What I started with is a pre-shampoo. This one is called Soin Premier Therapist. And it is unlike any other. What you would do with Kerastase, because it is so nourishing, you do not need much at all. So with this one, I would actually just use about that much. I would have pre-dampened hair and would just kind of squeeze out the excess moisture when you're in the shower. Apply to your mid-lengths and ends. So realistically, just from about there. Doesn't need to go on your roots because your scalp is gonna be conditioning enough. So you would rub it in your hands, work it through, and then after about 3 to 5 minutes, rinse it off. From there, what you would do is actually use Balm In shampoo. This one is a really weird texture. It's actually a gel consistency. So if I put this on my hand right now, it's not gonna move. So what you need to do, you need to put a little bit, so probably 10 to 20 cent piece in your hand, rub your hands together. As you're rubbing your hands, you actually see it becomes more like a normal shampoo. With lightened hair, it is super damaged, and once it's wet, that's when it's fragile. So for myself, the key tip with any damaged hair is do not touch, do not brush your hair when it's wet, leave it. So when you're actually shampooing, you need to be super gentle, super lightweight. Think of like that friend who just needs that little bit of an extra hand. That's you. That is your hands in that shower. You need to be super gentle. When you're actually shampooing, it's all about soft motions. It doesn't need to be worked into the mid-lengths and ends. You just kind of really get into those roots and just really slow. You can leave it in for, 2 to 5 minutes maximum, and then you would always do a double shampoo. So that's gonna be absolutely key, is that double shampoo. So the reason being, and some people don't really know this, is that so the first one is actually gonna remove all of that dirt, all of that debris, all of the natural kind of oils from the day. It's gonna remove it from the scalp. And then the second one's actually gonna remove it from the hair. You've done your pre-shampoo, you've done your actual shampoo, and then you're going, Millie, I want my hair to be super soft. I want it to be silky. With your shampoo, you're opening up those cuticles. I have to close them, right? You got it. You can do one of two things. You can use your pre-shampoo as your conditioner. Or if you're finding that your hair is a little bit thicker, or that it's a bit curlier, or that you would just prefer to finish it off with a mask, that's where Mask Therapist comes in. On your daily routine, majority of the time you can use your conditioner. Once a week, twice a week, for 5 minutes maybe. If it's a Friday night, you've got a little bit of extra time, these can be left in for up to 20 minutes. What I would do while I'm in the shower, just kind of really gently would pull on my hair, kind of just a bit of a really tight, just gentle bit of a squeeze. All Kerastase masks come like this. They've got a little cap. You can lift this out and this actually becomes your scoop. You can put that in like that, and that's really all that you need, which is not much, about a 5 to 10 cent piece. And then same way that you did with the conditioner, you would pop it in the mid-lengths and ends. Super gentle. The way that you can work it up to your roots, which I find is really helpful and it's kind of the hardest part to do. If you pull up your roots and you work it in like this and you really just gentle, you can actually get that mask right up to the root without actually being on the scalp. This one is incredible. This is actually still my conditioner and my mask now. It is thebomb.com. It's got in it is these little fiber caps, which is what happens in all of this therapist range. So someone who's never colored their hair before, their hair around their hair shaft is gonna look like this. They're nice and tight, all of their bonds unshiftable. When you lighten or you color your hair, or even if you're super rough with it with a brush and you're really getting in there, that's actually causing manual friction. When you color your hair, it goes like this. So when you use even shampoo, it starts to open that kind of cuticle, and you can kind of see those little gaps in between. So then as your hair gets more and more damaged, it starts to come out and out like this. And then it's here, and then you get those little straggly bits and you get the little split ends. Kerastase have actually, I'm pretty sure they've patented technology called fiber cap. And what it does is it goes in there and it's almost not like scaffolding, but it's like your best mate on a night out. It's got your hand and she's right there next to you. So it starts to kind of go in between, and it just helps those little cuticles. So it sits in between it, and it's going to be there as you go through this journey. Pre-condition, pre-shampoo, shampoo, and then depending on your hair texture, if your hair's thicker, it's a bit curlier, maybe a little bit extra frizz, maybe you've got a little bit more of it, or you just prefer the feeling of a mask, you would go the mask. I know myself, I like to blow wave my hair, I like to style my hair, maybe if I go out I put a couple curls in it, maybe I just want something that helps to smooth down the ends a little bit. This is where this one's gonna be your best friend. Serum Therapist. It is a dual serum. I don't know if we can see that. It's got two little barrels. One has a cream and one has an oil. This one actually has up to 230 degrees heat protection. You can put it in your hair wet and you can put it in your hair dry. So I actually have this one hanging around in my bag because I never know when I'm gonna need it. When you pump it out, probably finer hair, I'd go to like 1 to 2 pumps. Maybe a little bit thicker, you'd go to about 3 to 4. So you can always start with 1 pump, and you can see it comes out in a cream and in an oil. So those two are separated, and then when they're mixed together, they glide like silk. This one is really great. You can apply it anywhere. Still wouldn't apply it to the roots. Working it through those mid-lengths and ends. And it just really helps to settle your hair and give it a bit of a refresh. When it's damp, what it's actually gonna do is go into those cuticles and it's gonna help support again. So it's gonna help prevent from any heat damage, and it's actually helps with up to 98% breakage. If you are going to do anything, I recommend this to everyone, every single person, because it is that brilliant. Then you're thinking, yep, cool, I've looked after the lengths of my hair. What about my scalp? What do I need to help my hair be its healthiest, to help it grow, to help it be in the best environment? This is probably my holy grail. It is the Initialist drops. So this one is a scalp hair concentrate. It is incredible. This, I think, is what really makes the difference. These two together are magic. I truly believe this is some magic in a bottle that someone's just cooked up, and suddenly my hair is so healthy, thicker, it is stronger, it grows better. What's really great about this one, you apply it to your scalp. So when you open it, it's got like a little pipette in there. It's quite like a thicker kind of consistency. You apply it to your scalp. You would apply it straight down the middle, straight from ear to ear, so side to side. you would really massage it into the scalp. So you can really get in there and really just give yourself a bit of a head massage. Blood circulation is great for hair growth. It is great for keeping your hair nice and healthy, but this is actually gonna dive deeper than any other hair product, and it's gonna get really into your scalp. It's kind of like skincare for your scalp. It's gonna help to create the best environment for your hair to grow. It's gonna help strengthen those hairs that haven't even popped out of your scalp. This, my friend, is gonna be your best mate. The most important tip, when you get out of the shower, I know that sometimes the most tempting thing to do is to grab the towel and really scrunch out all that water, or give your head a really good scratch and go, you kind of, when you have that towel and you really rough it up. So I myself, I don't touch my hair when it's wet. So even when my hair is a mess and I've got kind of wavy hair, when my hair's a mess and you might come out of the shower and it's got a couple dreadlocks and you're like, ooh, that mirror is not my best friend right now. What I will actually do is I'll either use a t-shirt, or with my towel, I'll have it and I'll just press. So because of those towel fibers, they can actually cause friction, which can cause breakage, which can cause damage. I would totally recommend just being super gentle with your hair, especially when it's wet. And then I would go in with our two friends here. One for your mid-lengths and ends. This one's for your scalp. It's not heavy on your scalp. It's not gonna leave a greasy residue or anything like that. Like sometimes if I'll use it in the nighttime and I'm not kind of like blow waving my hair or anything like that, I do find sometimes if I put a little bit too much, you might be able to actually see it on your scalp. If you've popped it in like straight after the shower, perfectly fine. You're not even gonna be able to tell it's there. It really sinks down into the scalp. And then the second or third day when, you want to pop a bit of a wave in there, or you want to straighten your hair, or you just want to, kind of help those little end bits, sometimes I'll actually just pop a little bit of that in and you've got that heat protection again. For like super damaged hair, if you haven't been using the best products, I would say literally within 2 or 3 washes, you're gonna feel it. Instantly, your hair is gonna feel like, especially after the mask, your hair's gonna feel super soft and super silky. After maybe 3 to 4 weeks, that's when I really felt that my hair wasn't breaking as much. I wasn't getting into the shower. I wasn't, running maybe my hands through my hair and being like, ooh, cool, that's a little hairball. So I would say, yeah, you do have to give it a bit of a good go. With any new products, I would always miss cause. That 3 to 4 week is really where it's gonna kind of start to see the difference. With any kind of hair care, I would always say, that 5 to 6 weeks is super important. But the good thing about this one, you can move on to another family of products. And then when you need this family again, they're right there to support you. But I use this regime every single time I get my hair colored. My hair got healthier, it got stronger. It actually felt like hair again. So these two, I would say you can keep in any routine. And then when you're feeling like you need that little bit of extra help, that's when you would go for these 3. It's great. Kerastase is a bit scary in the way that their names are a little bit different. It's a French brand, so some of the words are in French. Us girls, we are obsessed with talking about hair. We're obsessed with talking about makeup. We're obsessed with talking about skincare. Yeah, if you do have any questions, let us know. Hit us up. We're available on pretty much every channel and we're always here to help. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for tuning in. If you like this video, hit a like, hit a comment, click the subscribe button, and make sure you click the bell for notifications, and leave a comment if there's anything else that you guys want to see from us here at Adore. And we'd love to hear from you, and we'll see you next time.